नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात देशतारिणी। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्देशतारिणी। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya Jaya, 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 Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Girdhari Radha Girdhari Radhe, Jaya Radha Girdhari Radha Girdhari Radhe, Jaya Radha Ras Bihari Radha Ras Bihari Radhe, Jaya Radha Ras Bihari Radha Ras Bihari Radhe, Jaya Radha Gopinath Radha Gopinath Radhe, Jaya Radha Gopinath Radha Gopinath Radhe, Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radhe, Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radhe, Jaya Radha Kunja Bihari Radha Kunja Bihari Radhe, Jaya Radha Kunja Bihari Radha Kunja Bihari Radhe, Jaya Radha Baki Bihari Radha Baki Bihari Radhe, Jaya Radha Baki Bihari Radha Baki Bihari Radhe, Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe, Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe. Jai Jagannath Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladeva Jai Subhadra, Jai Jagannath Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladeva Jai Subhadra, Jagannath Swami Nayana Pathagami, Nayana Pathagami Bhavatu, Jagannath Swami Nayana Pathagami, Nayana Pathagami Bhavatu, जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। जय जय गुरुदेव 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 गुरुदेव। जय जय गुरुदेव 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 गुरुदेव। गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। बोलो हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन। यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन। यमुना तीरावनचारी। यमुना तीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन। यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन। यमुना तीरावनचारी। यमुना तीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। 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 नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयं उदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवयं भगवतीम उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकम्. Welcome everyone in Bhagavad Gita class. So we are in chapter number 14, verse number 11. So we'll recite verses and then we'll discuss verses, slokas, followed by Mangalacharan. Chapter 14, verse number 10. Rajastamascha vibhuya sattvam bhavati bharata. Rajah sattvam tamasyaiva tamah sattvam rajastatha. Sometimes the mode of goodness becomes prominent, defeating the modes of passion and ignorance. O son of Bharat, sometimes the mode of passion defeats goodness and ignorance, and other times ignorance defeats goodness and passion. In this way, there is always competition for supremacy. Verse number 11. Sarvadvaresu dehesmin prakasa upajayate jnanam tadat yada tada vidyad viviridham jnanam yada tada vidyad viviridham sattvam iti uta. Verse number 12. Lobha pravittir arambha कर्मणाम समः स्पृह रजस्येतानि जायन्ते विविरिद्धे भरतर्षभ. O chief of the Bharatas, when there is an increase in the mode of passion, the symptoms of great attachment, fruitive activity, intense endeavor, and uncontrollable desire and hankering develop. Verse number 13. Aprakasho pravittischa pramado moha eva cha tamasyetani jayante viviridhe kurunandana. When there is an increase in the mode of ignorance, O son of Kuru, darkness, inertia, madness, and illusion are manifested. Verse number 15. Yada sattve pravidhetu pralayam yati dehavrit tadottam vidamalokan amalan pratipadyate. When one dies in the mode of goodness, he attains to the pure higher planets of the great sages. Verse number 15. Rajasi pralayam gatva karma sange sujayate tatha pralinastamasi mudhayone sujayate. When one dies in the mode of passion, he takes birth among those engaged in fruitive activity. And when one dies in the mode of ignorance, he takes birth in the animal kingdom. Verse number 16. Karmanah sukrityahu satvikam nirmalam phalam rajastu phalam dukham ajnanam tapasah phalam. The result of past action is pure and is said to be in the mode of goodness, but action done in the mode of passion results in misery, and action performed in the mode of ignorance results in foolishness. Verse number 17. Sattvat sanjayate jnanam रजसो लोभ एव च प्रमाद मोह तमसो भवतो अज्ञानम एव च. From the mode of goodness, real knowledge develops. From the mode of passion, greed develops. And from the mode of ignorance, develop foolishness, madness, and illusion. Verse number 18. ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्था मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसा जघन्यगुणवृत्तिस्था अधो गच्छन्ति तामसा. Those situated in the mode of goodness gradually go upward to the higher planets. Those in the mode of passion live on the earthly planets, and those in the abominable mode of ignorance go down to the hellish worlds. Verse number 19. नान्यं गुणेभ्यः कर्तारं यदा द्रष्टानुपश्यति गुणेभ्यश्च परं वेत्ति मदभावं सोऽधिगच्छति. When one properly sees that in all activities no other performer is at work, then these modes of nature, and he knows the Supreme Lord, who is transcendental to all these modes, he attains my spiritual nature. Verse number 20. Gunanayetan atitatya trina dehi gunan etan atitya trin dehi deha samudbhavan janma mrityu jara dukha vimukto amritam ashnute. When the embodied being is able to transcend these three modes associated with the material body, he can become free from birth, death, old age, and their distresses, and can enjoy nectar even in this life. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamai Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsa Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavati Pashat Desatarini. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kant Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhyayevasya Patitanam Pavane Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna. Welcome once again everyone in Bhagavad Gita class. So we are in chapter number 14, verse number 11. Before that, we'll revise what we have seen in verse number 10. Verse number 10. Rajastamascha vibhuya sattvam bhavati bharata rajah sattvam tamasyaiva tamah sattvam rajastatha. Sometimes the mode of goodness becomes prominent, defeating the modes of passion and ignorance. O son of Bharat, sometimes the mode of passion defeats goodness and ignorance, and other times ignorance defeats goodness and passion. In this way, there is always competition for supremacy. So Lord Krishna here explaining Arjuna that, oh Arjuna, these three modes of nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance, are very, very dangerous. And when you are enjoying and living in this material world, whatever activities you are performing, these activities are affected by three modes of material nature. That is goodness, passion, and ignorance. For example, if you are doing something good and you are expecting some fruit out of it, although it is in goodness, you are performing something in goodness, but it has material belonging. It belongs to material life. Why? Because you have some you are doing some competition with someone, or you are performing certain things for your own benefit. And then second is passion. Passion means though you are performing in material world something for fruitive gain is known as passion. Means the one who is blindly hankering behind the material things, behind material things, are known as passionate. And those who are very, very lazy, they don't want to perform. They know that this is good. They know that this is passionate. They know that this something gives me good, but they are so and so lazy, they don't perform anything. So these are the examples of three modes of material nature. So how there is competition going on in different modes of material nature. So how living entities are acting? Living entities are acting in the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. So according to your karma, according to your activity, the modes of material nature takes place. For example, according to our karma, our work, our association, our choice of food, and so on, a particular mode becomes predominant within us. In this way, there is always competition for supremacy within three modes of material nature. Now, how to identify these modes? So these can be identified based on the characteristics of goodness, passion, and ignorance. So when you are performing, based on its characteristics, you can classify that what mode of material nature is acting upon your activities on your karma. So if you are performing for good things, characteristics of goodness. If you are performing for fruitive action, belongs to passion. And if you are not performing anything, it performs ignorance. Means you are ignoring everything. So how one can transcend the modes of material nature? Only bhakti. Only pure bhakti, only Krishna consciousness can help you to cross over this material ocean, to cross over three modes of material nature. Okay, so state of pure goodness where one can understand the science of God. Okay, so this is all about verse number 10. Then from verse number 11 to 13. Verse number 11 to 13. Verse number 11. Sarvadvaresu dehesmin प्रकाश उपजायते ज्ञानं यदा तदा विद्यात् विविरुद्धं सत्वम इति उत. The manifestation of the mode of goodness can be experienced when all the gates of body are illuminated by knowledge. Means when you are in knowledge, you are performing certain things in divya knowledge, in transcendental knowledge. You have the ability to understand what is good and what is bad. Okay, so goodness means sattvam, satogun. Okay, illuminate the gates of body with knowledge. Means when you are knowledge, when you have knowledge about God, when you have knowledge about living entities, when you have knowledge about relationship between living entity and Supreme Personality of Godhead. What does it mean by all gates illuminated by knowledge? It is based on perception by the senses, based on knowledge in the right position. Clean inside and out, frees one from sinful reactions. So when you can know about the particular activity, that particular activity you are performing for some good purpose or bad purpose. So that is the goodness. How you identify goodness. Verse number 12. Lobha pravittir arambha karmanam samaspriha rajasyetani jayante viviridhe bharatarshabha. O chief of the Bharatas, when there is an increase in the mode of passion, the symptoms of great attachment, fruitive activity, intense endeavor, and uncontrollable desire and hankering develop. When you are so selfish that for your own benefit, you can do anything. So this benefit, when you are hankering behind benefit, it belongs to passion. So passion means rajogun, rajas. Where you have intense endeavor, you can do anything for a certain material thing. Unlimited desire, unlimited longingness. So great attachment and fruitive activities. So you are attached. Attached means what? When you are totally absorbed in your own benefit. Selfishness, we can call. Means you are running behind money. You can't do anything to achieve a particular amount of money. Okay, you can play any game. You can do anything to achieve a certain amount of money, to achieve win over the game. You can cheat also for that. Then it can be said that the particular activity, the particular person, the particular living entity is in passion mode. Is very, very passionate. Okay, so all these games are passionate. Why? Because they are playing for money, they are playing to win. Means they are playing because of the fruits of action. Okay, so this is the mode in passionate. Then 13th, verse number 13 tells about ignorance. Now, ignorance means tamogun, tamas. Aprakaso apravittisya pramado moha evacha tamasyetani jayante viviridhe kurunandana. When there is an increase in the mode of ignorance, O son of Kuru, darkness, inertia, madness, illusion are manifested. So when ignorance increases, one becomes lazy. He knows that there is something good when I do see the activity. He knows everything, but he is not performing. Very lazy. I don't want to perform anything. Okay. So when person is ignoring continuously, it comes that he is in totally ignorance mode. Delusion or illusion, darkness, madness, inertia. So darkness and inertia means not works according to regulatory principles, not following Vedas, not following rules and regulations, not following scriptures, not following Guru, Sadhu, and Sastra, not following the instructions of Acharyas. Okay, so he just worked for no purpose, whimsically working. Even if he has capacity to work, he does not endeavor. He knows that if I perform certain things, I can be benefited, but not at all interested in performing. So another kind of lazy people, okay, the who are ignoring everything, ignorance totally. So these are the three symptoms of three modes of ignorance manifested. That is verse number 11 to 13. Now, verse number 14 to 18, we'll see. So, verse number 14 to 18 tells about what happened, what is the result of these kind of three modes of material nature. When you are living in three modes of material nature, what will happen? So, if you death in mode of goodness brings elevation. You are promoted to heavenly planets. Death in passion brings birth, forcing fruitive engagement. Okay, so if you are living in passionate mode, next birth will be where you will be always working hard for fruitive action, fruitive engagement. And death in ignorance brings animal birth. If you have ignored throughout your life, next birth will be of animal. So results of action by one predominated by specific mode. So action in goodness result in piety, seeing things as they are, and life on heavenly planets. Actions in passion result in misery, greed, and life on earthly planets. Okay, so those who are in passionate, working and in passionate mode, they will come again, take birth again in this earthly planet. And actions in ignorance result in foolishness, madness, illusion, and life in hell. Their next life is animal species. That is in verse number 16 to 18. Verse number 14 to 15. Okay, so verse number 14 and 15 tells about death in different modes. What will happen in goodness, what will happen in passion, what will happen in ignorance. Okay, how living entities are entangled in bodily changes, okay, birth, old age, disease, and death. So these are the different changes of this body. Verse number 14. Yada sattve pravidhetu pralayam yati dehavrit tadottam vidam alokan amalan pratipadyate. When one dies in the mode of goodness, he attains to the pure higher planets of great sages. So what is the result when one dies in goodness mode? So goodness mode is considered purest form of existence in this material world. Amalan indicates free from mode of passion and ignorance. Amalan, malan means free from passion and ignorance. So when goodness is prominent, what will happen? So when goodness is prominent, what will happen? One attains to the heavenly planets, transferred to the Swargalok, where he will enjoy for some time till his punya, Shine Punya Loka. So when his punya is over, again he is thrown to the back to the earthly planets. Okay, so this is what happens with those who are performing activity in goodness mode. The next is passion. So those who are in passionate mode, verse number 15. Rajasi pralayam gatva karma sangi sujayate tatha pralinastamasi mudhayone sujayate. Rajasi pralayam gatva karma sangi sujayate tatha pralinastamasi mudhayone sujayate. When one dies in the mode of passion, he takes birth among those engaged in fruitive activity. And when one dies in the mode of ignorance, he takes birth in the animal kingdom. Okay, so in the verse number 14 and 15, verse number 14 talks about goodness. Verse number 15 talks about passion and ignorance. So when one dies in passionate mode, working in passionate mode, those who are working in passionate mode, they take birth among those engaged in fruitive activities. So your next birth will be where everyone will be acting for money, acting for some fruitive action. Okay, so if you are doing karma to gain something, it means you have the passionate mode has captured you. You are working, you have asakti, you have attachment. Okay, attachment with the fruit, attachment with the fruits of action. Okay, then ignorance. And those who are in ignorant mode, 101%, they take in the next birth in the animal kingdom. So it is in our hand which activity we have to perform and which we don't have to perform. How we have to perform so that my next birth will be not in the lower planet, not in the ignorance mode, not in the passion mode. So we should try perform any activity in goodness mode. So this refuse one can never go down from human. Okay. So what is the aim of human life? Take to mode of goodness, take to good association, gradually transcend all three modes and situate yourself in Krishna consciousness. So if you are performing activities in goodness mode, 101% you will be transferred to the heavenly kingdom. There you will enjoy for 1,000 number of years till your punya becomes 0. After that, you will be again thrown back to the earthly planet. So those who are performing activity in goodness is better than those who are performing activity in passion and ignorance. Okay, so this is the result of death in different kinds of modes. In verse number 15, 14, and 15. Now verse number 16 to 18. Okay, now what are the results of action in the modes? So the previous verse talked about the death. What will happen? Death. What will happen, or if death happens in the mode of goodness, in the mode of passion, in the mode of ignorance. Now, verse number 16. Karmanah sukrit syahu satvikam nirmalam phalam rajastu phalam dukham ajnanam tamasa phalam. The results of past action is pure and it's said to be in the mode of goodness. But action done in the mode of passion results in misery, and action performed in the mode of ignorance results in foolishness. So when you perform any activity in goodness, passion, and ignorance, results are different. So when you perform activity in goodness, you are transferred, or it is allowed. You are transferred to the heavenly kingdom. It is pure. When you perform certain activity in goodness, it is pure. It is purest in comparison with the passion and ignorance. But when you are performing any action in the passion, the results are misery. And when you are performing in ignorance, results in foolishness. So here we have goodness, passion, and ignorance. So results of pious action is very much pure. The results of pious action is happiness. It is free of delusion and illusion. So those who are performing activity in goodness, they can enjoy for a long time. They can be transferred to heavenly kingdom. They can enjoy 1,000 number of years. Okay, till Shine Punye Marataloke. Okay, till their goodness becomes zero, till their punya becomes zero, they enjoy in the heavenly kingdom. Okay, so those who are performing action in misery, in passion, results in misery. So when you are performing certain things in material life, it is temporary. It will not give you happiness. If it gives you happiness for some times, unhappiness at other times. So you are responsible for both happiness and unhappiness, happiness and distress, profit and loss, both. So this material world belongs to duality. Okay, sometimes you get profit, sometimes you get your loss. Sometimes you are happy, sometimes you are in distress. Okay, so you are always entangled in the material mode of nature. And those who are in ignorance results in foolishness. If you are performing any activity without knowledge, it means you are performing in ignorance and results in misery. And after death, you get animal life. Okay, example, killing of animals, especially cow, punished by law of God. Animal killing for taste of tongue is gross kind of ignorance. Okay, so if you kill animal and eat and satisfy your senses, if you are killing animal for your own sense gratification, you are living in ignorance. You are not listening to Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. You are not following the instructions of Acharyas. So if you are not following instructions of Acharyas, you are living in ignorance. And living in ignorance someday results in foolishness. Simply foolish people are living in ignorance. If you are killing animal for your own sense gratification, it means you are living in ignorance. For your own taste, you are killing innocent animals, which is not allowed. Okay, so killing animal is a sinful action. Your next birth will be in such a way that that animal will kill you and eat you. You enjoy it by killing that animal, and in the same line, in the next birth, that animal will kill you and enjoy by eating. And your next birth will be where you will be eating only meat. Okay, so this is like a warning. Human form of life is going or running in the wrong direction. Namo Brahmanya Devaya गो ब्राह्मण हिताय च जगत हिताय कृष्णाय गोविंदाय नमो नमः. So brahmanas are the symbol of spiritual education, and cows are the symbol of most valuable food. Okay, so who can teach us? Acharyas, Brahmanas, Vaishnavas can give us good education. They can teach us good things. They can improve, they can change our lives. So cow is also known as Kamdhenu. So Kamdhenu can give us any food. Kamdhenu has a capacity to produce the food. So cow killing is prohibited. Krishna doesn't like it. If something Krishna doesn't like, we should not perform. Okay, so cows and Brahmanas, Vaishnavas are very dear to Krishna. If you create problem for Vaishnavas, Brahmanas and cows, Krishna will not be happy. Okay, so in current scenarios, Brahmanas and Vaishnavas are not protected. In our Bhagavatam, Krishna himself has said that cows and Brahmanas, Vaishnavas should be protected. They are dependent on these living entities. So they should be given protection. The one who is dependent on should be protected. Okay. Now, in modern society, no one is reading Bhagavad Gita. No one reading any scripture. No one is reading Bhagavatam. How knowledge will come? No one is listening Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. How knowledge will come? Okay. No miracle will happen. Okay. So you have to go to the temple, do satsang, do sankirtan yajna, do harinam japa. Okay. So it will, your life will become pure. Cow killing is encouraged in modern society, which is a heinous act. If you are killing a cow to give taste to your tongue, it is a sinful action. It is a sinful action. And one day you will be suffering because of this heinous act. The easiest process, Krishna consciousness to see human form from the greatest time. What is the solution for this current scenario? Those who are suffering in current scenario, hankering behind the material life, Krishna consciousness. Associate with devotees, do sadhu sangha, hear from acharyas, follow Guru, Sadhu and Shastra, read scriptures, go to temple, do some seva, donate for good cause, donate in temple, so that Vaishnavas, devotees can be fed, Archa, Vigraha, Seva can be done. Whatever way you can contribute, do it, start doing it. That will be beneficial. And it will eradicate your entire sinful action. Every sinful action will be eliminated from your life, and you will be enjoying like anything. Okay, so enjoyment is not that you are enjoying by killing some animal, satisfying your own sense gratification, satisfying your own senses. Enjoyment, actual enjoyment, is in understanding the relationship between Krishna and living entities. Doing Harinam Jap, reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, following Guru, Sadhu and Shastra is there in the real enjoyment. That is the real enjoyment. Okay? So that is verse number 16. Verse number 17. Sattvat sanjayate jnanam rajaso lobha eva cha Pramadamoho tamaso bhakto jnanam evacha bhavato jnanam evacha. From the mode of goodness, real knowledge develops. From the mode of passion, greed develops. And from the mode of ignorance, develop foolishness, madness, and illusion. What are the results of action in the modes? There are three types of material modes of nature: goodness, passion, and ignorance. So if you are living in goodness, what will be the result? Okay, so Krishna consciousness helps society to develop mode of goodness. People can see things as they are. Supreme Lord Krishna is residing as super soul in everyone's heart. So if you are in goodness, you can feel that in every living entity, Krishna is living as super soul in their hearts. Okay, so they can be in happiness. If you can understand others, if you can understand Krishna, if you can understand soul and super soul, if you can understand the relationship between Lord and living entities. So who is the Lord? Krishna is the only supreme personality of Godhead. Okay, so it is like there is only one God and others are Devata, others are demigods. So if you are living in happiness, if you are living in goodness, you will be happy, you will be in peace, and you will be in prosperous. Okay? So what else you want to live? Life in this material world. So only goodness can give you happiness. Living in ignorance will never give you happiness. Your happiness will be going if you are living in ignorance. And if you are living in passion, what will happen? Greed develops. I want more. I want more. Let's play more to have more. Okay. So if you are living in passionate mode, 100 rupees is not sufficient. For example, I need 200, I need 300, I need 400. So every moment one endeavors for fruitive engagement. So those who are living in passion, they are always hankering behind money. They are always hankering for sense gratification without any limit. So they never get happiness. No peace in mind. No peace of mind. So if you are living in goodness, peace of mind is there. If you are living in passion, greediness increases. Greediness develops. If greediness develops, you will be never satisfied. You will be never happy. If you are not satisfied, you will never be happy. If you are not happy, no peace of mind. And the third one is the ignorance. If you are living in ignorance, develops illusion, madness, and foolishness. Okay, so this because of this madness, you become lazy. You don't perform certain activity to have something, even if you know that this activity will give me good. If I perform this thing, I will be in goodness mode. But because of madness, illusion, laziness, he will not perform. Okay. Instead of that performing activity in goodness and passion, he will be intoxicated. He will be in distress mode. And he will take shelter of intoxication. So those who take shelter of intoxication, they are in tension. And they understand that to remove tension, take beer, drink, daru, wine. Okay? Okay? Is it? So they drink even if they are in happiness or in goodness. Okay? If they are happy, they drink. If they are unhappy, again they drink. Okay? So those who are living in ignorance, they are drunkards. Simply. Okay. So, this is the verse number 70. Verse number 70. Now it is the time to educate people. For irresponsible behavior. So, by taking education, by high qualification, we take MTech, doctors, MBBS, they understand they are highly qualified, but they don't understand what is exactly. Okay, so we should help each other. We should not kill any animal for our own sense gratification. Okay, we should behave responsibly, not irresponsibly. We should take shelter of Krishna. Okay, so how Krishna consciousness can help one? If you are in Krishna consciousness, goodness will appear. You will see that in everyone's heart, Krishna is living. You will see as things are. So happiness can be only obtained in goodness mode. Okay, happiness can be obtained in Krishna consciousness, not by money. So passionate people are always in greedy and unlimited hankering for sense enjoyment. What will happen if everyone not takes shelter of Krishna consciousness? They will be hankering behind passion and ignorance. They will be hankering behind the material things, which will never give happiness. Okay, so we'll stop over here. If you have any question, we can take. श्रीमद् भगवत गीता की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल। वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हरे कृष्ण।